Good afternoon. The snow has started in southeastern KELOLAND along with some strong winds. We already have winter weather headlines to talk about. 2 below our low in Sioux Falls, 8 below Aberdeen, 9 below in Pierre, and 8 below in Rapid City. Strong winds continue tomorrow with snow in southeastern KELOLAND. 5 are high for Sioux Falls and Aberdeen, 3 in Pierre, and 7 in Rapid City. We have even colder temperatures on the way for the weekend. We'll take a closer look coming up. KELOLAND's First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, First at 4.
Preparing for the extreme cold. What shelters are doing to provide a warm space during the dangerous winter weather.
New efforts to protect wetlands in Minnesota. Find out what's being done coming up.
And Hunter Biden is back in court today in Los Angeles. The latest on the case accusing him of not paying millions in taxes. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A homeless shelter in Sioux Falls is expecting more people to come through its doors during this cold snap. The Union Gospel Mission offers something called Mercy Nights. It's for people who just want a warm place to stay overnight. Now, on a typical winter night, about 6 people stay on these cots, but that could be more than double this weekend.
We don't want anybody that's homeless or need a place to stay outside.
Coming up on KELOLAND News at 5, find out how outreach teams are also helping keep people safe.
In western KELOLAND, Rapid City Police and the Cornerstone Mission are looking to help during the frigid weather. The mission has turned itself into a warming shelter. Officers will also be out helping people get to somewhere warm.
Tonight and throughout the weekend, we're going to have extra people coming in just for the purpose of checking spots to make sure we don't miss anybody. And then, you know, the other part of the release was kind of explaining where we have to take people.
We'll have more on how Rapid City is helping those in need with the cold coming up tonight at 6. All right, let's just find out how cold it's going to get.
Let's send it over to Jay and Megan.
Well, we have those very cold temperatures on the way for the weekend, but first some powdery light snow with strong winds here in southeastern KELOLAND.
Yeah, for sure, Megan. The cold air is going to be around all of KELOLAND all weekend through Monday. Sioux Falls and southeastern KELOLAND, we have specific threats. A few to several inches of powdery snow tonight and tomorrow. Heaviest snow just south and southeast of Sioux Falls. Megan's going to talk about this in just a second. After that, increasing northerly winds create ground blizzard conditions in open areas where there is snow. Again, we're looking at southeastern KELOLAND. Everybody in KELOLAND gets severe wind chills as low as -50 and extremely cold temperatures, mainly sub-zero through Tuesday morning.
And that light powdery snow has started around southeastern KELOLAND. Here is a live look at Yankton. Right now at 4 degrees. That north wind is at 11 miles an hour, blowing around the snow already. Most of the snow is south of I-90 in southeastern KELOLAND. It should be moving into Sioux Falls as we head through the rest of your afternoon and into this evening. We're expecting several inches of powdery snow, 3 to 6 in Sioux Falls, 5 to 9 in Yankton. And again, this is going to be wind-driven snow. So we have a few winter weather headlines to talk about, like the winter weather advisory in blue. That does include Sioux Falls and Mitchell, winter storm warning in red for the Yankton area, and a blizzard warning in white as we head towards Iowa and Minnesota for that light wind-driven snow creating those ground blizzards. Right now, though, 4 degrees in Yankton, 3 in Brookings, 4 in Sisseton, 2 in Mobridge, and 7 in Custer, with very strong north winds picking up, which means we already have wind chills in place, -10 to -20. And things are going to get cold as we head through this weekend and the first part of next week. So for tonight, strong north winds will continue in eastern KELOLAND. Snow in the southeast, 2 below our low in Sioux Falls, 8 below in Aberdeen, 9 below in Pierre, and 8 below in Rapid City. Everyone has that strong north wind tomorrow with highs only in the single digits. And that snow will continue to be wind-driven in southeastern KELOLAND tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the timing of the snow and cold temperatures in just a little bit.
Thanks, Megan. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says nearly 21 million children will receive expanded grocery benefits this summer across all but 15 states. South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, and Wyoming are among the states that did not opt in to the USDA's new permanent grocery program. We have a closer look at the program and some of the reasons given for not adding the program. That's on KELOLAND.com.
Wetlands in Minnesota are expanding. The new report tracking gains from 2006 to 2020 show the state had a net gain of about 43,000 acres of wetlands in that 15-year period. Our sister station in Minneapolis takes a look at why wetlands are so important to the state's health.
Minnesota's wetlands aren't winning any beauty contests in a state filled with natural wonders.
This is not where most people would want to spend their Thursday night.
Yeah. We learned that for ourselves by wading through one with volunteers this summer.
If you're wondering what they're looking for signs that this wetland is healthy. So things like biodiversity.
Leeches, scuds, and tadpoles aplenty. Just what these volunteers in Dakota County were looking for.
Oh, that one has backlegs.
Signs that a wetland is healthy enough for critical critters to thrive.
Really want other people to know more about the wetlands, and I want to learn more about the wetlands.
She'll be glad to know Minnesota's wetlands are expanding by 43,000 acres between 2006 and 2020. Good news as the state moved to protect wetlands in the early 90s after realizing we'd lost more than half of the state's historic ones.
Minnesota has some of the best protections for wetland losses in the country.
The DNR tracked the recent changes by analyzing aerial imagery. The department says gains happened across the state, many on agricultural lands.
When we get more precipitation, more wetlands form, is that correct?
That is one of the main drivers we're seeing. A lot of our wetland gains are due to direct human activities, so that could be things like active restoration of land to create wetlands.
The DNR says wetlands are critical for climate change mitigation, carbon storage, and erosion control. They also help with floodwater storage, water quality, and serve as habitats for biodiversity and wildlife. A critical resource, now strengthened.
The Department of Natural Resources is expecting a recent dry stretch to impact the wetlands. It's going to be tracking to see if the losses are due to drought or human activity. Well, just ahead, former President Donald Trump's civil fraud trial wraps up in New York. We'll take a look at today's closing arguments.
Plus, addressing the fentanyl crisis, an award-winning singer takes his personal experience to Capitol Hill.